Linda, and this is No Frills ASMR. I am back with the 1339 facts to make your jaw drop. For some reason, I always forget. Oh, it's QI. I just want to say IQ, but it's from a British TV show that I'm not familiar with called QI, I guess. No, I used to know more like what that stood for, and now I've forgotten. But anyway, whatever. When we came to write our first volume of facts, quite interesting. That's right, quite interesting facts to blow your socks off. So this is quite interesting facts to make your jaw drop. So we've already, in previous videos, looked at all of these. So if you enjoy this video and you want more, go back. It's probably under the playlist educational, maybe. Or books and magazines, probably under there too. You could go back and look at some of those because they're fun. I like this book. All right. That is the number 14 in Roman numerals. Did a video about it. Okay. On any given day, half the world's population are wearing jeans. Well, I had jeans on today before I got home, and I decided before shooting a video I'd put on my sweatpants. Sorry, now I have on my cozy top and sweatpants because I want to be cozy when I shoot a video. The small pocket in front of a pair of jeans is designed for pocket watches. Okay. In the 1840s, trousers were known as sit-down-upons. In the 1840s, trousers were known, I always have trouble with this word, trousers were known as sit-down-upons. Okay. The largest millipede in Tanzania is known as the wandering leg sausage. Oh my God. Gross. The wandering leg sausage, that's hilarious. Insects outnumber humans by 200 million to 1. I believe that. No more than 2 flies are allowed by law in any public toilet in China. What, do they arrest them? Put your hands behind your back. The horsefly Skeptia Beyonce is known for its pretty, bootylicious golden abdomen. Oh no, did they name it after Beyonce? A photo of Pamela Anderson was taped to the handlebars by cyclist Mario Cipollini in the 1999 Tour de France to boost his testosterone levels. Well, okay, it's a fair way to do it. Wendy in Peter Pan was based on the daughter of the man who inspired Long John Silver in Treasure Island. Wendy and Peter Pan was based on the daughter of the man. Okay. I'm going to get this name wrong, but Francois Leclerc is the only known pirate to have had a peg leg. Okay. Sir Arthur Aston, governor of Oxford in the English Civil War, was murdered in Ireland in 1649 by having his brains bashed out with his own wooden leg. Oh my gosh. That's cool. Tough times. And we think things are tough now. In 1796, in a cricket match between Greenwich pensioners with one arm and Greenwich pensioners with one leg, Greenwich pensioners with one leg won by 103 runs. Of course they did. 103 runs? Excuse me, I read that wrong. The ones with one leg won by 103 runs. Hold on a minute. Is cricket just like baseball? So the one armors lost to the one leggers by 103. That's funny. Mark Twain said he wanted to dig up Jane Austen and beat her over the skull with her own shin bone. What? Why? What is that? Now I gotta go look that up. Mark Twain, the great humorist. Was he funny? I don't know. If Jane Austen hadn't broken off her engagement, she would have been known as Mrs. Harris Bigwither. Mrs. Harris Bigwither. Okay. 1 in 10 women cares more for a fictional man than her partner. 1 in 10 women cares more for a fictional man than her own partner. Oh, it's funny. I know some women who like Jamie from Outlander probably better than their husband. Dame Judi Dench has the James Bond theme as her ringtone. Okay. Almost everyone living in Pompeii escaped when Vesuvius erupted. Is that true? I guess that's true. I actually went to Pompeii. But I want to go back because they were still like uncovering stuff, and they've uncovered a lot more. But I've never really done a deep dive on it, Pompeii. So I don't know as much as I should. That could be an interesting subject. Hold on 1 second. Notes must be taken. Look, guys, finally I remembered to buy Sharpies. They were on sale at Target for, I think it was $10 for these. But yeah, I end up spending money on this channel all the time. So if you guys want to buy me a coffee, that'd be great. Okay, Pompeii. Let's look into Pompeii sometime. Oh, look how nice it's writing. Oh, it's a goodie. It's a goodie. 500 million people are at risk from volcanoes in the world today. Wow. 500 million. I didn't just watch it, like a year ago. I watched a documentary about, I think it was a Royal Caribbean cruise ship that went to it was a regular like excursion that you buy into on the cruise ship for like $100. And it went to this volcano, and the volcano ended up erupting while they were like on the cruise ship excursion, and it was crazy. I don't remember the name of that documentary, but it was good. 80% of the world's gold was created by earthquakes. Well, that's interesting. Huh, okay. Half the gold ever mined has come from one place, Witwatersrand, South Africa. Okay. There's enough gold in the Earth's core to coat its entire surface to a depth of 1.5 feet. 1.5 feet. Huh. The amount of gold in one human body is 0.2 milligrams. To mint one gold sovereign, we would need 40,000 people. That's just like gold that so you have gold that naturally occurs. I bet a lot of people have gold teeth, though. They get pulled. In the American gold rush, only 1 in 25 prospectors found any gold. Yeah, a lot of people who went out to the gold rush, they ended up actually being like the town barkeeper or, restaurant owner, or they owned an inn to supply the gold rush people. So they still made their money, maybe. So, using nuclear reactors, it is possible to turn lead into gold, though it's much easier to turn gold into lead. Huh. Okay. If North Dakota were an independent nation, it would be the world's third largest nuclear power. What? Okay. Burning Mountain, Australia, is a natural coal fire that has been alight for 6,000 years. Australia, you guys have all the cool stuff, man. You got the koala bears, the kangaroos, the gosh, I'm blanking the name, the bird with the long beak. Kiwi. You've got a pink lake. You've got everything. Did you guys see there's a new podcast? Oh, I'll have to think of it. I haven't listened to it yet, but my son did, about they're trying to save the kiwi because there are all these invasive species that are putting it at risk of, extinction, I suppose. And I haven't listened, like I said, my son told me, but they're using some kind of AI to capture or trap and kill the invasive species and then reset itself. Which makes you like go, oh wow, what will AI do with weapons in the future? Because it can tell the invasive species from the kiwi or from any other non-invasive, and it just goes after that, and it traps, kills, resets. What? I gotta listen to this podcast. I don't remember. If I remember, I'll put it in the notes. Crayons, tights, and aspirin were all made from oil. Well, okay. Petroleum, I suppose. Russian or petrolatum. I say it petroleum, but I've noticed the world says it petrolatum. So. Russian bears get high by sniffing discarded aviation fuel. Go Russian bears. Paddington bear. They go from Russian bears getting high to Paddington. That's funny. I've heard the Paddington Bear movies must watch, and I have not watched it. Paddington Bear was originally from darkest Africa until it was pointed out that there are no bears in Africa. I remember that from back in like the 1990s, I think. 50% of people in India do not have a lavatory. Ooh. 40 million people in China live in caves. I've never heard that. There's so many things to know in the world. You just can't know everything. And it's fun. It's fun to know that you don't know everything. Now, there are a lot of people who think they know everything. Half the world's deaths from air pollution occur in China. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. The Chinese state television company is called CCTV. Chinese Communist TV? I don't know. Fortune cookies originated in America. First imported to China in the 1990s, they were advertised as genuine American fortune cookies. That's so funny. If you don't know, because I don't know if every country has it, but at almost any American restaurant, American Chinese restaurant, at the end of the meal, you get fortune cookies. And I have gotten inappropriate fortunes before. I don't know what the deal is with it. The e-reader was invented in 1949. What? 1949. What? A group of kittens is called a Kindle. I don't think I knew that. J.K. Rowling has no middle name. She's just J.K. I had an uncle, and his name was A.D. A.D. So that can be a name. Harry Potter in Calcutta, India. Harry Potter and the Big Funnel, China. And Tanya Grotter and the Magical Double Bass, Russia, are all Harry Potter ripoffs. Tanya Grotter and the Magical Double Bass makes me laugh. That's so funny. Working titles for The Great Gatsby included Trimalchio in West Egg and The High Bouncing Lover. The High Bouncing Lover. Something That Happened was the original title of John Steinbeck's Of Mice and Men. Something That Happened. Yeah, okay. I could see that, but Of Mice and Men, that's better. Sounds a little more profound. The first manuscript of Mice and Men was chewed up by John Steinbeck's dog, Toby. I I like that name, Toby, for a dog. That's cute. A quarter of dog owners sign their pets' names on greeting cards. Oh, yeah, for sure. I always sign my cat's name. A medium-sized tube of toothpaste contains enough chemicals to kill 13 dogs. I did not know toothpaste was deadly to dogs. I don't have dogs, but I didn't know. In the UK, you must legally report a road accident involving a dog, but not one involving a cat. Wow. Golly, guys. Wearing jeans is illegal in North Korea. Oh. Drink driving. Sorry, that was kind of loud. It boomed out of my voice. Drink driving is not illegal in Indonesia. That's funny they call it drink driving, because here in the U.S., it's not just a drink, it's a drunk. We do drunk driving. It is not illegal in Indonesia. Aborting a child because of its sex is legal in Sweden. Well, it could be they just have legal abortion, so maybe you don't have to have a purpose. I don't know. Okay. Saudi Arabian women are only allowed to ride bicycles for entertainment purposes. Like, so they can't ride them to go to work? Huh. Okay. I'm sure that has something to do with, there was probably some royalty who liked to ride a bike, and they had it outlawed, so they probably said, she likes to do it for entertainment, so we'll allow it for entertainment. I don't know. In 1643, the Puritans passed an act forbidding the ringing of bells for pleasure. Wow. It is fun, I have to say, when you do, like, I used to be a bell person in the choir in my high school sometimes. And if you got the big bells and you hold them against your chest, like this, and then you go pong, and then you hold it pong, and you let it ring out, and then you hold it. It's fun. It is fun. The UK shadow business secretary, Chuka Umana, was one of the choir boys who sang the Mr. Bean theme tune. Why is that hard to say? The Mr. Bean theme tune. I do like Mr. Bean, but mostly because my dad really used to laugh. He loved Mr. Bean, and he loved all that kind of physical humor, like Abbott Costello, and then the Rowan Atkinson, who plays Mr. Bean. He came out with a show on Netflix called Man versus Bee, I think it was called. And, my dad has Alzheimer's, but he still loved that show. He really enjoyed that show. And I kept wishing, I hope that he comes out with another show like that. I don't know if my dad would get it at this point or not, but if he did, it would be fun, because it is fun. Until 1972, the national anthem of the Maldives was sung to the tune Auld Lang Syne. Should old acquaintance be forgot? In America, Tarzan's yell is a registered trademark. Is it registered by Tarzan, or is it registered by Carol? Oh my God, I'm having a brain. Hold on, I'm looking at her. I can see her face in my mind's eye. And she's going, Carol Burnett. Oh, boy, wow. In the 2009 Star Trek film, Zachary Quinto could only manage the Vulcan salute after his fingers were glued together. What? That's the Vulcan. And this is the Nanu. I think, Mork and Mindy. The Vulcan, I think, makes the V. Yeah. 2/3 of human communication is by gesture, not speech. Yeah, I see that. The Queen does the washing up once a year. There's a special hut at Balmoral, which which is, I think, her place in Scotland, for her to do it in. What does that mean? What does that mean? She doesn't take a bath just once a year. This was published, I guess, when she was still alive. The Queen does the washing up once a year. There's a special hut. Okay, somebody's got to tell me what that means. What are we talking about? 78% of women say they would love to receive a romantic letter or poem, but only 50% of men have ever written either. I feel like back, now maybe this has changed, but back when I was like younger in high school and stuff, I feel like a lot of that went on. Like a lot of guys would write poems. They'd write your initials out and then write each letter of your name, you know, a little line of poetry about it. I got a few of those. I was kind of cute. But, trying to think if my husband ever wrote me. I don't know if he did. Even though, but I can't say I wrote him. John Milton sold the rights of Paradise Lost for £10. Whoops. Arthur Conan Doyle was one of the judges at the world's first ever bodybuilding contest. That's funny. Stanley Kubrick financed his early movies by playing illegal chess for money in New York parks. That's cool. The Spice Girls are mentioned 5 times in the Oxford English Dictionary under girl power, big, merchandised, popularist, and tabloid. And what is that in? Oh, the Oxford English Dictionary. Huh. Who figured that out? That's funny. In the 19th century, Goldilocks was known as silver hair. Oh, never have I ever heard that. In the 19th century version of Cinderella, her sisters called her Cinder Slut. Oh my God. That's rough. Christian names in the Philippines include Bing Bong, Bambi, Bogey, Girly, Peanut, and Bum Bum. President Aquino of the Philippines is known as Noy Noy, and his sisters are called Pinky and Ballsy. Wow. Okay. Wagner only ever wore pink silk underwear. Who's Wagner? Oh, Wagner, the musician Wagner. Oh. After she died, Queen Victoria's underwear was divided up between courtiers and sold as souvenirs. Ew. So does somebody still have her underwear? Probably. Tallulah Bankhead acted in Lifeboat in 1944 without any underpants on. When the film crew complained, the director, Alfred Hitchcock, said, "I don't know whether that's a concern for wardrobe or hairdressing." Oh my God. Okay. Johnny Depp collects Barbie dolls. When Einstein saw his baby sister for the first time, he thought she was a toy. "Where are the wheels?" he asked. And he's a genius. He's a real genius. Buzz Lightyear has more space experience than Buzz Aldrin. The toy spent 468 days there in 2008-9, beating the record for the longest human spaceflight. I see. I guess I see. So Buzz Lightyear toy was on the space station or something. Pixar devised the key characters and plots of A Bug's Life, WALL-E, Monsters, Inc., and Finding Nemo in a single lunch meeting. What? Really? In the average lunch, you eat about 150,000 kilometers of DNA. Okay. Before Norfolk Railway was built, it was quicker to travel to Amsterdam by sea than to London by road. In 2010, a traffic jam near Beijing in China stretched for 100 kilometers and lasted 9 days. Oh man, you'd have to pee so bad. In any one week, London Underground escalators travel the equivalent of twice around the world. Okay. Lunting is walking at the same time as pipe smoking. The Scots king who succeeded Macbeth was called Lulach the Idiot. Denmark pawned the Shetland Islands in 1468. In theory, they could buy them back for 60,000 florins. Oh, I see. They pawned them, so they still own them. They can just buy them back. Oh, interesting. In Braveheart, Mel Gibson's modern black jockey shorts can be seen under his kilt. Harris tweed is not made on the Isle of Harris. It's made on the Isle of Lewis. What? All right, well, that was fun. I feel like we had some funnier